All right, happy Wednesday. Puya Ghandian coming to you, yes, again from home in Orange County, California. And I'm excited to kick off tonight's training topic, partially because it's never happened before. We've never had a training topic on, well, I'm kind of nicknaming Prospecting Groups 101. And I'm excited for you guys specifically to get the opportunity to participate and really not just learn this information, but go out there and apply it, but also being able to turn around and teaching it to other people within your groups as well. So I want to congratulate you guys all. We're right at the tail end of a pretty remarkable month. I'm sure for those of you that plugged into our live that we did yesterday, you'll see how many people are right there. And I'm talking about hundreds of people are right on the fence of getting destination to success qualified. And if you're one of them, let's get it done. Now, the reason this training is happening specifically and the reason why you're participating in it is because the organization or the pocket of the team that you're a part of has started what we've called a prospecting group. And if you are familiar with it, you're going to learn more about it tonight. If you're new to it, you're going to learn how you can participate in it. And the way that I want to introduce this conversation or training to you guys is that over your course of being a brand partner in Nerium, and now for me, I've been with Nerium for 7 years. I think about 12, maybe 13 years, I've been a distributor in this industry. And what happens is, just like a carpenter who's going out there to build a home, to build a building, you've got this belt that you've got on, and it has all the different tools that you need in order for you to complete your job. Well, as a brand partner in Nerium, you've got the same thing. You've got a tool around your waist that has all the different tools that you need in order to go out there and build a successful business. For example, some of these tools could be a real results party. That's a tool in the tool belt. A sit down is a tool in the tool belt. You going out there and sampling out our products, or even using Go Prospect. Once again, it's a tool in the tool belt. Another tool over the course of the last, I'd say 3, at most 10 years, but really the last 3 to 6 years is social media. And I think what's important for us to understand is that you've got the high touch, okay, which is the belly-to-belly aspect, the very in-person aspect of our business, and we have to remember it's relationship marketing. But then there's the other aspect of it, which is high tech. And when you get a beautiful balance where you can marry the two together, I believe you can build a massive business of not just healthy customers, but you can build a massive organization of brand partners, not just here in your local area, but now internationally, especially as Nerium expands into its 15th, 16th, and soon 17th country, okay? So social media is a big part of that. And when you look at Facebook alone, half of the world's population is on Facebook. So we're gonna give you some insights on a way that you can leverage Facebook using these private prospecting groups. And the way that I really see these groups is as a information portal where your brand partners, your customers, but most importantly, your prospects can get information and see testimonials about Nerium's products and opportunity. And I'm not gonna go into the details of how this works because our guest trainer, our special guest trainer for tonight is gonna go into the detail of that. But the way I want to kind of let you know, the way I got introduced to these groups is about 2.5 years ago. I was still an active coach for the Tony Robbins company, and what happened was in my role, I got a lot of clients of mine who were top distributors in different companies, and I'm talking about some of the major, giants of our industry. And through our conversations with each other and through our work with each other, they learned how I've been able to build a big business, but I also got insights into what they had done to build theirs. And from some of them, I was starting to learn that there was this magic behind a group of nature that you're gonna learn about tonight. And it just so happened, coincidentally, it was right around the same time that Rachael got started into the business. She had started something similar, and to see the avalanche of momentum she's built as a result of it is huge. What I'll let you know is that in her brand partner group, so she has 2 groups. She has a group that she has for her team, which you guys are all a part of, right? You guys all have a team group or Facebook group that you're a part of for your NMD or of some nature. So she has that where it's her active brand partner base, and she can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's about maybe 250 to about 300 brand partners in that brand partner page. Then she has a separate group, which she's going to refer to as linked arms, which is this prospecting group, which has all of her brand partners, but it has all of their customers and all of their prospects. So let's just say about 1,000, at most 2,000 people are in some way, shape, or form affiliated with Nerium as a brand partner or as a customer of some sort. In her prospecting group, she has she's approaching almost 14,000 people. So let's say 2,000 of them are customers or brand partners. That means the other 12,000 of them are potential prospects. And the magic behind having that type of an audience that you can put information in front of is huge. So without any further ado, I'm really going to get myself out of the way. I'm going to bring on a woman who understands the mechanics on the administrative side, but also on the brand partner side. So she's going to give it to you guys at the very beginner level so you can understand how you can go out there and close out the year strong with it. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring on our 5 months in a consecutive row of qualifying as a national marketing director all the way across the pond in Australia, Rachael Verdel. Take it away, Rachael.
It would help if I unmute myself first, wouldn't it? Hi, everybody. How are you all? We have a massive heat wave over here right now. I think I worked out in your temperature, it's around 110. So we are steaming. I've got all the blinds down and the AC on. But I'm really excited to be here with all of you tonight and share with you something that I have been really passionate about, is finding ways that my team can get those small wins always. One of the things that I loved so much when I joined Nerium was how fantastic our products are and how simple it is. Once we show people the product, they just want to get it on their skin. So many of us do, and I know this is a big part of your culture over in the US. Have we got Canada in the house as well? Yeah, we got Canada in the house as well. I know you guys, a lot of your culture is having, oh, look at you waving over there. I can see Canada in the house. So you're not doing 110 degrees, are you, at all? Is RRPs. And I know that that's a part of, you know, what you guys have always done in the past, and I guess currently as well. For me, I lived in a remote community when I was first exposed to this type of group. When I'm talking remote, I probably can relate to a lot of places in Canada where you can only get in by aeroplane. You know, once the snow comes in, for us though, it was the other extreme. It was the wet season and the hot, sticky season. But that extremity meant that we were remote. We were completely isolated. So I had to learn, when I had a town of 4,500 people, there's so many RRPs that I could do. I had to actually figure out ways how to get out of my town to reach out to my broader network. And so the first group that I was a part of building, we built it up to 40,000 people were in the group. And they were all a part of just our network. We really created a place that was a shop. And I love to describe to people exactly that. When we walk into a shop, what do we want to experience? We want to experience a really helpful person that's going to show us around, that all of the products in the shop are showcased in a really nice way. And this is kind of like the brains behind of my vision of how I really wanted to build my group. So people came in and they really saw who we are as a company. So I look at the shop there's 4 things that I'm always thinking about in the shop, and you might want to write these down. One is the product. What are the products? The other is testimonies. We know that we've completely built this business on before and after photos. I mean, I think one of the first photos that I saw ever was Sharon Murphy. And I know Puya said to us, she became that walking billboard. So can you imagine all of a sudden you have a whole entire group of people that it's their own walking billboard. It's their photos. So it's just the power in that is so phenomenal. The other, number 3, is the pathways that we have in Nerium. So I like to break things down so they're really, really simple. I want people to see that they can get their products for free. So I want to share with them that 3 free program. And then we also want to show people that they can actually become a brand partner. And it creates that curiosity of, what is a brand partner? And we put up brand partner banners, and it's so funny. People start messaging in the comments saying exactly that. What is a brand partner and how do I do that? And we just laugh and think, oh my gosh, we're not explaining this properly, but it's a group of people that are constantly creating curiosity. So the last one, the 4th one, is the promotions that I can then build into my product prospecting group, which to me becomes the power. I mean, we all know what happens when you put this product on your skin. We don't have the wellness product, so I can't get excited like you guys can about the wellness because we don't have it yet. But you know what happens when you put those wellness products in your body. So we know we just have to get it on their skin or inside their body so they can then experience it. And that's what I love so much about this group, because consistently people are in there showing those 4 pathways, showing what the products are, giving information about the products, showing testimonies, their own personal testimonies, showing the pathways, and then also, having fun, doing fun promotions. I want to share with you, I'm just going to share my screen. I want to share with you my actual group, because I think it's more powerful when you can look and see rather than me just talking. And my group, I've been building it for 2 years, and there's nearly 14,000 people in it. And there's 14,000 people in it because when we do go to RRPs, we make sure everybody joins our Facebook group. When we are out and about, we absolutely tell everybody about our Facebook group. Hey, do you want to try my eye patches on? Oh, I've got a Facebook group. Do you want to have a look? There's so many ways that we can consistently be putting people into this group. I also share with people, my team, when they become a brand partner, how they can actually utilize this group for their own benefit to grow their business. And we all do. We have the game plan that we do, the Fast Start game plan when somebody gets started. And in those simple 5 steps that I always deliver, on the step where you want to book your first RRPs, I also have in that step, I share with them how to use the page. And as Puya said, I'm going to refer to it as, I call it linked arms. So I'm going to share now, and then as I share the page, I'll just sort of talk you through what we do. So first of all, my page is international. So we have US team in here, we have team in Canada, and we also have team in Singapore. We also have team in New Zealand and Australia. At first it was a little bit tricky, like how we were going to make sure that, if we had a promotion in Australia, then my US team weren't crying. And I always feel bad when we have a promotion here because they cry. But we had to make sure it was very clear on the page so their prospects aren't going, oh my gosh, can I buy that? And it's actually an Australian promo. But I wanted to make sure my banner, it really covers every market. You know, in the US, it's 36% off the retail price for an advanced skincare set. But, you know, it's around that mark. So I want to have a banner that's like, wow, what's that? You know, and obviously I change this banner a lot. This is Christmassy. So I put that up, and of course, once that banner went up in my group, there was tons of activity on it. I want that advanced skincare set. It's 30% off at the moment. So it was really cool. It was just another way that people created that curiosity of, oh yeah, I want to know how to get my hands on that. We do things in our group, like we did a 7-day giveaway, and it was so much fun. So this is a promotion that we ran. And what we did is that we did a different product every single day, but we didn't get one of the leaders to actually go on and do the product information. And it was just like a 2-minute product information with a question at the end that was about the product that presenter presented. We got actually pretty much brand new brand partners that were in love with a particular product to get on and actually talk about that product, because it's so cool when you can empower people to have the confidence, and it's okay that if you fumble over a few words and you want to get out the information about the product because you're so excited about whether it be the eye serum or the night cream. And for me personally, what I did is I donated the 7 free products just out of my NGB and my 3 free products. So I loved it. And the activity that we had in this was phenomenal. The most coolest thing about it was all of our baby new brand partners that actually presented. They were so excited. They couldn't help but get all their friends and family and everyone they knew in the group so they could support them. And then so in essence, what we did is we helped them build their business by exposing people to why our products are so incredible. As I said, we have pathways as well. You know, we always put in here when people become a brand partner. And it's exciting to see the comments that people make. Then we have testimonies. This is one of Cal's clients. And so when we have actual people posting their own personal pictures, it's like, wow, what was she using, Cal? And you're like, well, this is what she was doing and this is what she did. And quite often, they are the ones responding to the questions. And there's just so much more power in it when it's their photos. Of course, we're like everyone, and we see great photos that are happening within our whole entire network. And that's what I love as well, is that we help each other and we share photos together. But I love doing things like, and this isn't one of them, but use this one as an example, a photo like this where there's just one eye being eye serumed. I love asking a question and running a promotion, like guess which eye she's used our dual eye serum on. And everyone will guess. And we've had posts with over 300-400 comments on it. And then I'll draw a person to win an eye serum. And it's incredible how much fun and activity and just engagement that happens over a post so simple like that. My husband, he night creamed half of his face, and we did a post where guess which side of his face, and literally there was hundreds of comments. And then what I did is that everybody that actually got it right, I got a pack of 10 sample packs, and I drew 10 people, because I know, like you guys know, all we need to do is get this product on people's skin so they can start feeling it to then experience it. Here's the pathways again. 3 free. What's this 3 free? You know, what does that mean? Why are they getting free products? How do they do that? And it's all curiosity that comes around, just purely because we want to show in this group all of the pathways that are open for people to enjoy the whole Nerium experience. And then once again, you've probably seen some of these photos. So before and afters, testimonies. And that's pretty much videos from the actual Nerium videos. I love using them because it's like third-party tools, isn't it? As many third-party tools that we can get into this page, the better. I also have the whole entire product global training guide in here, so people can access it. People can literally, you know, tag people in when they're asking about ingredients. What are the ingredients in the night cream? And they go to the product global guide that's actually in this page and they tag them in it. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. All I want to do is just create that point of testimony, product information, and like I said, pathways and promotions, just to get this on people's skin. What we also do is we have people that just chime in and they'll talk about just ways that it's just the simple system. This is what I do. And because they're familiar people in our group, people love watching them. It's pretty much, you know, just somebody just talking about, you know, like Kel did a little video on just hacks. And they were just little hacks about the body firm. And any of us can come up with a little hack, whether it's, you know, you go to the supermarket and you get an exfoliating glove that costs, you know, $2 or whatever, and I'm going to use that in the shower. It just makes it fun and interesting, and it creates engagement, and people just love it. These are corporate promotions that we create little banners for, and once again, before and after photos. I literally love using that. I'm just going to unshare my screen. I love using that product global training guide for content. Like I said about reinventing the wheel, I don't want to do that. I want to use the language that Nerium uses, because that language, it works. And I don't know the ins and outs of how you make these products. I know that it just put it on your skin and it works. So I would prefer to go to the global product guide, and I might just copy and paste a small section on the night cream, for instance. And it might be about the 1273, for instance. It might be about the areas that it addresses. And I'll just copy and paste that particular little paragraph, and I'll put it with a before and after photo that is of night cream. So it's finding ways that you can continue to just deliver really great content and information. So when you bring your customers to or your potential customers into your shop, you want them to see the content and information that you would see in a shop. You don't want them to see the information that they're going to see in a staff room. You only want them to see what they're going to see in a shop. And the power of that is incredible. So I think, Puya, have you got anything that I'm like missing and you're like, oh, I need you to ask this question, or I need you to think about something particular? You're muted. He's trying to talk. Can you imagine that? Okay, so how do you control leads? I love it. You know, like, guys, ask questions. Start asking questions. Fire away. Totally utilize my time. I knew that, and Puya and I worked this out once with my numbers. Oh, I've got to unmute him. Sorry. Puya and I worked out with my numbers of the way that my business was moving, that if I had 9,000 people, it was something like 9,500 people in that group, I would hit NMD. I hit NMD at 8,000 people in that group. And it's like, this is crazy how you can actually utilize a group to move people's businesses so they win. Because the more people winning, we win. So, you know, it's incredible when you can actually utilize a group like that. Hang on a second. I can't unmute you. Oh, there you go.
Okay, perfect. I think that was awesome. Thank you. So a few points that I want to bring up, and please drop in the chat box, you guys, any questions that you do have. But at the end of the day, the reason why you're specifically on this training tonight is because the team that you're a part of has already started one of these groups. And we want you to learn the purpose behind it so that you can actively participate in it. But what's most important is the new starts that are coming on board is you having that conversation with them. So Rachel, when I turn this back to you, I would like for you to share, what does that conversation look like with a new person? So, well, you know, what are you telling them? What action steps are you taking to help people get the 9 customers in such a short period of time, leveraging that group? The other thing that I'll also mention is that, you know, the kind of slogan that I often tell people is ATM, right? You go to the bank, you go to the ATM to get money, right? If you ATM with Ethereum, guess what happens? If you ATM with these groups, that's how you get money. And ATM's a slogan. A for add, T for tag, M for message. Add them, tag them, message to follow up with them. So anytime, like, imagine if you set a goal every day, your exposure is 2 exposures a day. What if you ATM'd 2 people a day? What if you added 2 people, 5 people into your Facebook group every day, and then you tag them in whatever resources are appropriate to them, but most importantly, you message to follow up. And that's one of the valuable things that I think we get as a result of using these groups is that, one, it helps with the retention of your customers. Why? Because your customers are continuing to see not only testimonials that brand partners are posting, but eventually as these groups mature, they're gonna start seeing testimonials by customers being posted. So it's gonna give them a little bit more social proof and validation that these products are real and that they can also see results as well. But another reason I think it's important is because if someone's using, let's say, our Nerium Firm Cream and they see results with Prolistic, or they see testimonials with Youth Factor, or they see, you know, a launch with our new Wellness Chew products, that's another exposure, but an opportunity for your existing customer base to now see information about Nerium's other products. So that way you can also get the interest from existing customers to make more purchases. So I think the retention of it there is huge too. I also believe it helps with brand partner retention because it's putting the information in front of them, and the testimonials resell us every day. Even I, 7 years of being in the business, having had built the business that I've built, still seeing a testimonial, still seeing a picture blows my own mind, right? In how real these products are. So imagine taking the retention of your brand partners to the next level too. But here's where I think the real valuable secret is that we tell people often that, you know, there's, you know, the 3 laws of network marketing. And the first one is that exposure using a third-party tool is everything. And you taking people, adding them into a group, tagging them into third-party tools lives out that very first law that we teach to people. But then the second and very, very important law that we talk about is that the fortune is in the follow-up. And the reality is we have people that end up not sticking in the business and as long as we hoped that they would. And now this group, when they add their prospect in there, keeps their prospect in there until the day they decide to remove themselves, okay? So what that means is that you now have the opportunity to use this group as a mechanism to follow up with people. And see, you may talk to someone about our night cream, and they may be seeing a testimonial about EHT, and they may want to have EHT, but you were only talking to them about the night cream. So once again, those are a number of different other ways that you could benefits as to why you want to use this group. Here's like a fun activity that you can do. Everybody that's on this call has a very large and a very healthy customer base. What if you reached out to all of your customers, right? And you wish them a happy holidays, or you wish them a Merry Christmas, or you let them know about whatever, you know, different promo you may be running for your customers. And you let them know, hey, by the way, I've got this private exclusive group. It's a total information portal. I can add you to it. I can tag you in a few things. And here's the cool part. People can take themselves out. What we find is that most don't. Do people remove themselves? Sure, yeah, absolutely. But what we find is most don't. See, what happens is when you talk to someone throughout the day, or when someone on your team talks to someone throughout the day, they may not sit down at the computer and open whatever it is that you send to them, but maybe when they're scrolling through Facebook, they see a post from the group. And then all of a sudden they click on the group and now they're scrolling at their own convenience, seeing a ton of third-party posts. And a couple ideas that people can do, once again, this is going to take some camaraderie amongst your groups to, really get this to work and build forward. See, Rachael had to start this from scratch and had to build momentum. You guys all have the opportunity to work together in your different pockets of teams to have an already existing group of brand partners to build into this and to already launch forward with momentum. And imagine this, as new products launch in 2019, right? You instantly have an audience of people. In Rachael's case, an audience of 14,000 people. So that the way when a new product launches, boom, she puts up a post, a ton of people see it. Now, here's the thing. I saw some questions in here about poaching, okay? Now, here's the way it's gonna work. The group has the same golden rule that our industry has. Whoever adds them into the group gets the credit for them that's in the group. If you catch someone poaching, if you catch somebody doing any sort of fishy business, they will get themselves blocked because there is that block feature. So Rachael, if you can actually talk about that as well when I turn this back to you, at what point does someone get themselves blocked in the group? Because I know in your Linked Arms group, there's quite a few people who have gotten that prestigious honor, right? So talk a little bit about how that would exactly work. Can you also mention about admins? And because I know you have about a dozen or so who are admins in a group. I think when it gets to maybe the senior director rank or above is when it becomes a little bit more of an appropriate rank. I'm thinking for this audience of people that are here in this call, but Rachael can share her insight as well. Is the group closed or secret? Which one would you say that is?
Secret.
Secret. It's a secret group. So actually, why don't you go ahead and run on some of the things that I gave you, Rach, and I'll come back and I have some more stuff that I'll share with you guys.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Puya. So the group is secret because I want to protect everybody that's in that group, and I want to protect all of the brand partners that are entrusting to collaborate together to build this group together for leverage together. Now, I know somebody just asked in there about poaching. Now, this is something really serious that I take into my group. I have totally removed people. If you're caught, if you're busted at all behind the scenes, sending messages, poaching, you're gone. You're out of our group. No questions, no nothing. It's gone. I have to have
Fornarium or not Fornarium, right?
No, out of my group.
Someone else's people, yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, out of my group, like I'm protecting my brand partners. I want my brand partners to build in there. I want my brand partners to build incredible businesses, and I know this group works. So I protect it like very, very strongly and seriously, because one of the things that I found though is we don't have much of a problem with that, purely because the people that are invited into this group are my brand partners network, or it's their network's network. So it's organic. It's not, it's not the keyboard warrior, out there mass cold marketing. We do have a crew of people in our team that are cold market networkers, and they are incredible as well, and they bring in some fabulous people into our Linked Arms page, and it's a great balance, because majority of the people that are in there are organically from the network that we all started together. As far as I saw somebody wrote about how do we look after the leads. So to answer that question, people don't steal each other's people. They just don't. I don't seem to have that problem, and I think that that's because we're very vigilant about it. We're very upfront about it. People know the rules. You play the rules, and we will help you grow the most incredible business. And that's the way. That's kind of my attitude about it. One of the things.
If I can chime in real quick, Rich. And I think what's really important, once again, is you're all a part of a NMD organization that already has a group like this in place, right? So I'm not looking for you guys to go and start your own and learn about all the administrative stuff. I'm looking for you to participate in the ones that are already there, because there's so much more power in you working together, okay? Now, you'll see in those groups that you're already a part of that there will be times that I'll put up a post that says, oh, I'm sending out samples, right? Put a comment in the comment section below if you want a sample as well. And sometimes there's dozens of people that are literally raising their hands saying, I want to have a sample. Now, some of them are brand partners, because the brand partners are actively engaging, right? The prospects don't know who's who. Okay, but those that are seen as prospects, you can actually go see. So if someone says, me, I want a sample, you can actually contribute and go see who added that person into the group. And it's because it's a part of a team that you're already a part of. You can go then and say, so-and-so, Rachael Verdel will reach out to you or will PM you. If you put up a testimonial and someone's like, oh, what's the price of this product? Don't go comment on it saying, oh, it's, $94.99, da. You'll say, blank person will private message you right now, right? This portal, these posts are to generate curiosity, and then we answer their information and questions in private. Now, we as like NMDs who are facilitating these groups are friends with all the top income earners in Nerium, with all the top leaders who post on social media pretty frequently and actually generate recruits from them. So we take their recruits, for example, I'll go take their words, I'll take their pictures, and I'll go post it in these groups. And when you see a picture that you like, save it. When you see some verbiage that you like, save it, take it, and now you can post it on your own personal wall, generate interest from there. And then you take the people and now you add them to the prospecting group so that way they can get even more information. So back to you, Popcorn, Rachael.
Yeah, awesome. So when I just want to talk a little bit more about the controlling your leads on the page, and I know Puya just touched on it then, but I really want to amplify it, is when people ask questions, I always go to the members. I find who is the person that added them to the page. If I know that that person is either not even a customer yet, or a brand new customer, or a brand new brand partner, I might tag in some of their upline as well, and I'll literally say that they will help answer the questions. Now that is literally how I can control the leads, because the more that we keep referring, it's amazing when you start seeing baby brand partners going in and doing exactly that. They duplicate it. They go in and they look in the members and they go and find who added the person to the page. And it's really exciting because then you can start seeing the page working. One of the things that I really want to also say is that I noticed that it wasn't until there was around 3,500 members in my group, as Puya said, I had to build this from scratch. We were brand new in Australia. So I had to build it from zero. And I had Puya to help me, because I had no idea about, all the access that he had. So you guys are in such a special spot because you can work together. But it took up to 3,500 members in my group until I started really getting that snowball effect of engagement. And it was incredible, but it took work. And it's literally, for me, it was like a job. It was my job. Some people, their job, is okay, well, how many RRPs am I going to? How many am I hosting this week? Is my diary full of RRPs this week? I'm going to go host here and here and here. Mine was about this page. I literally poured that same energy into this. And by doing that, new brand partners, they come on and they say, oh, do I have to start my own page? Because automatically they think that's what they have to do. And I'm like, no way. No way. It's a job. You want to leverage what we've created for you. Now you're a brand partner. This isn't my page. This is now your page as well. It's our page. And every single one of the brand partners that comes into my organization in that 5-start game plan that I do, that 5-step start game plan, I literally talk about this page as their own shop. This is your shop. And the more you can take ownership of your shop and how you want your shop to look, that's what you contribute into it. And it's really, really, it's cool. Puya, have I covered those ones? I know there's lots of questions happening here.
Yeah, can you do the game plan part, please?
What my game plan is, what I do, what I say.
Yeah, like how are you introducing it to a new brand part or to a new brand
okay,
partner?
cool. Yeah. So for me, step 3 is where I want to show them how they're going to do this. 1 is setting up their RPs. 2 is our linked arms page. You can go out and put up a post on your Facebook page that says, oh my gosh, you should check out this product just put on my on my skin. Who wants to come and have a look in my group? You can put up any sort of curiosity post on your page. I always like them to, first of all, get something up on their page. And then while we're messaging people to book them into their first RRP, or building a list with them, we want to also, when we're contacting people and giving people a call and letting them know what we're doing, we want to let them know that I've got this really cool group. Do you want to just jump in and take a look? It might be for you, it might not be. Just be normal. Hey, I've got this awesome group. Always ask permission. Now, one of the things that I want, and I don't know if this is why, but I'm figuring it is, one of the reasons why we have so much success in the no cross prospecting in our group or anything like that, is because we ask people permission to join our group. I don't just go and dump 500 people into my page and go, oh, I hope they enjoy it. Sit back. I ask permission. I let them know what's happening. And then, because they're saying, yeah, I'd love to come and have a look, it's amazing. They enjoy coming in and taking a look. So always ask permission. It's I think it's really important. And I found that when there was a stage where some people were just dumping people in there, and then the people that were getting dumped in, they were angry and they were like writing angry comments, and we're like, nah, this is not cool. And then we realized what happened. So always ask permission. Just be normal. Just tell people what you're doing. I would love to invite you to come and take a look. I know you were talking about, you were really keen to have a look at my eye serum. I've got this Facebook group, and it's got the coolest testimonies in it. You should take a look. Do you want to have a look? I'll just pop you in there. People say yes. Because with Facebook, it's so easy. People can just opt in, opt out. They can do whatever they want.
Things that I want to kind of share, if I may, while you before I kind of ping it back to you again, is it's best that you keep these groups for those of you that are the leaders that are operating and running these groups. Like I know, for example, Kathy Hankin has one, if I'm not mistaken, and Trish Creation, I believe, maybe has one, or they may have the same one. I'm not quite sure. Then I know, Elaine White's organization has one. I believe Geraldine has a pocket of one. And I think there may be some of you that I don't know how snuck onto this call, but regardless, you're all part of one. I think having that conversation with your immediate upline NMD will help you figure out which group to actively participate in. But I will mention that I think it's best that you keep it to your particular team for those of you that are facilitating these, because then it gives you an opportunity to run a promotion that's specific for your group. I know there's been times where Rachael has invested in her business and she's ran a BOGO promotion where it's buy one, get one, right? And when you've got other members of different pockets of the company that are in that, it's hard for you to kind of honor that when you're running that or promotion for your business. So on a financial prospecting standpoint, that's just a tip to keep in mind. I know at one point, Rachel kind of brought her leaders together and she said, listen, we're going to go on a recruiting spree, right? Our team's really mastered and perfected this art of bringing customers on. So what they started doing is they kind of started every post they put up for about a month or two, they started putting hashtag upgrade with everything, right? And then they did this massive campaign for a month where they try to upgrade as many customers as they could into being a brand partner. I think once again, the magic of that and the reason I share that is the unity of the team, of the brand partners coming together. If someone puts up a post, liking it. If someone puts up a thing, commenting on it, because the more comments and engagement and the likes people see, the more it's going to validate what all these prospects are looking at. But at the end of the day, everybody that your team comes across, this is a place to put them in. You're still going to be doing real results parties. You're still going to be sampling out the products. But imagine the power of being able to sample out the night cream to somebody and saying, hey, listen, the instructions on how to use the product is here, but I'm also going to add you to this private exclusive group. I'm going to tag you in a video that explains to you exact instructions on how to use the firm product, on how to use the night cream, on how to use the eye serum, right? It's simple for them to use, but it's another reason to get them added into this group. Why? Because they're going to see more pictures, they're going to see more testimonials, they're going to see more third-party tools, but more importantly, it keeps them in a place that it allows them to follow up a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, or even more down the road. Once again, that's, I think, a really big factor in it. You all may be adding prospects into these groups that you have now and not getting prospects or brand partners or customers today. But it's not what happens today. It's them seeing the information over the course of time. It's that slight edge, this group ads that makes a big difference. Now, if you come up with an idea of something that should be in your group that's maybe not in there now, bring it to the admins and help make it. I know at one point, Rachel's team, for example, used to come to me a lot about the compensation plan. And they would say, hey, can you help us explain the compensation plan? Instead of me wanting to individually explain it to every person, what I did is I went on Zoom, I recorded a video of me explaining the compensation plan, and I posted it in the group. Now, anytime anybody in Rachel's group ever has a question about the compensation plan, that new brand partner may not know, right? That brand partner may not be able to explain it as well as I can, or your upline NMD or senior director or RMD or executive director can, right? But now they can add them to the group, they can tag them in the video, and then in a day or two, message and follow up with them, and then transition them from one exposure to the next exposure to the next exposure. Imagine someone having questions about the science. You being able to add them to the group, tag them in one of the science videos by, by the stocks, right? And it being able to share that information with them. And, I think being able to post testimonials by teachers or being able to post testimonials of stay-at-home moms helps with those people that are also looking at the opportunity to be a brand partner with the company. So popcorn back to you, Rachel.
Okay, awesome. So I see another question about Facebook changing its rules and stuff. Honestly, I've never ever worried about it, never even thought about it. I know that they changed with the pin post, but honestly, it has not been a thought of anything that I've had to come across. And I tell you why, because one of the reasons that I also teach in that five-step game plan is that how you are going to, once you put people in the group, you need to be active in the group. You need to post. You need to be active on other people's posts. You need to tag your people into certain posts. Don't tag them in 30 things at once. And especially if there's like Zooms in there and videos and all sorts. Don't tag them in 4 hours of videos because they'll freak out and they won't watch one. Just tag them in something that's relatable. And if you haven't seen them for a month, or that nothing's happened for a month, a follow-up could be where you might go, oh my gosh, check that out, Jill. That's what we were looking at, wasn't it? And then now you've brought Jill back into the group. Because if you're not active in that group, what happens is your people, their news feed it doesn't start having those extra posts that are coming in through your product prospecting group. And it doesn't remind them that, that's right, I was going to buy that night cream off Jill and I completely forgot because I just got sidetracked in my normal life. So it's really important. Contribution, any type of contribution that you can do, go for it. It is a way that you're going to build your business, you know, and Puya just said it just there, you know, why am I not getting customers? The reason why my team are really incredible at Fast Start Qualifying. We Fast Start Qualify pretty much all of our new brand partners on, normally on the 9PC, straight out of the gate, and it's quick because we teach them to use this page. We want our brand new brand partners to get their return on investment ASAP. You know, the quicker that they can get their return on investment, I have them now moving in a system. They're getting paid. They've got their money back. They're no longer paying for this business moving forward. All they have to do is do the dance with us. Add people to the page, have a sit down, have a wine and cheese night, share the product, do all the things that we do in our everyday dance. But when we've already got them moving straight away, it's amazing. And I know somebody else asked a question there that they're in 2 groups. Get out of 2 groups, be in 1 group. Can those 2 groups collaborate together? Or, you know, choose a group, run with it. Choose the group that wants to buy into building together a system like this. Because as Puya said at the very beginning, you know, you've got your tool belt. This is one of the tools that you can use that is a constant drip feed. And the more that you contribute is how the drip feeds.
And I think another powerful part of it is, like, as we launch new countries, right? You instantly, let's say you have a group that has 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people a part of it, right? That's a group you're part of. And let's say 500 of those are from you and your team. What happens is when we launch Sweden, when we launch the UK, we can go into that group and say, hey, who knows someone in Sweden? Who knows someone in the UK? It's an instant platform for us to broadcast to even more people a message. I think Rupert brought up a great question. One of the things with linked arms that we did is we never posted links into that group that took people out of the group, right? So for example, we actually would go and find the videos that we wanted off of YouTube, and then we would download it. You can find free programs, free YouTube video downloaders, and you can download it and post it straight into the group. So that way people aren't clicking on it and leaving the group. They're staying right in there. And you can put stuff like, hey, you know, I think putting posts that create engagement is powerful as well. But I think what's powerful to leave here with is that when you see something in these groups, and you like the verbiage and you like the picture, or it's a powerful testimonial, I see a lot of times people saying, oh, can I share this? Yes, you can absolutely share it. That's why it's in the group. But more importantly, can you go and add the people that you want to share it with into the group and tag them in the comment section below so that way they can see it for themselves? And as you start using this in your language, and as you start telling people, listen, think of any of your friends that you want to add in there, you start seeing this. And as one person says, hey, how much is this product? And the person that added them is no longer engaged in the company, you can now reach out to them and say, hey, this person that you added is now wanting to do it, or now is interested. Do you want to reactivate? Do you want to re-engage? Or should we take it and give the credit to the next upline person? So just a few little tips that kind of jumped out there. Do you have a posting schedule, or is it free? Yeah.
Can I just add to that, Puya? Can I just add to something you just said then? When we're talking about my page doesn't have any links whatsoever, and that's something else that I educate my team on. And the reason being is, you know, although I've got 18 admin, I don't want to be spending my time following links to make sure those links don't go to somewhere where I don't want it to go. I am always protecting my brand partners. So, you know, if there's any links on the page, I delete them. I just delete them. I message the person. I make sure they're educated. And like Puya said, just jump on YouTube and find out downloading Facebook videos. and they have no links to them whatsoever, and pop them in the group.
Yep.
I love watching people write. So good.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of a good place for us to kind of park the training. And if there's anything else that you want to say, Rach, please do. If there's any last minute questions you guys want to put in the chat box, please do. I think once again, the groups that were invited to be a part of this training here, once again, you were invited because you are already a part of the team that has these groups in place. And we want to educate you so that you can actively engage in it more. But moving forward, you have the proper language to use so that way you can make this a part of your business. Because like I said, you're going to continue doing your sit downs, you're going to continue sampling, you're going to continue going to market parties, you're going to continue doing all the other parts that are in the Nerium rhythm. But this is another tool in the tool belt that I think allows us to not Nerium vomit over all over our personal page, but to do it in a closed place that is specific to that. And once again, these people can remove themselves at any point, but what we find is most don't. And what ends up happening is they see enough posts that they end up converting at some point into being a brand partner or a customer. So awesome, you guys. So if there's any questions that you have, feel free to reach out to either of us. I think I speak on Rachel's behalf when I say that. Rachel, is there anything that you want to say before we close this out?
My big motto with my group is together we're strong. Build together, leverage each other. Everyone's busy. You know, little increments that you can contribute. Imagine that there's 80 something people on here. Imagine that. Imagine 80 people contributing. Your people that are coming and welcoming into your product prospecting page are going to go, whoa, what is this stuff? Look how many people are like into it. It's like, what is it? So together we're strong, guys.
Awesome. I love it. Bye, guys. Have a rockin' one. Oh, I will mention once again, reminder, okay? I've got a captive audience, so I have to take advantage of this, okay? So Thursday the 29th, Friday the 30th, the 1st of December and the 2nd of December, we're doing a recruiting live blitz, okay? 6 p.m. Pacific. Flyer's going to go up on the One Team fan page here very shortly. This is going to be our first time doing it over Facebook, so fingers crossed it rocks, and a great way for you guys to close out the month very, very strong. In addition to that, December 4th, I will be doing a Getting Started Right Zoom. All of your new starts over the last 30 to 60 days will receive an email from me inviting them to this, but for everyone else, the flyer will be on the One Team fan page. Everyone's invited to be a part of that. December 6th, I will be doing a international specific training Zoom, okay? For anybody that wants tips on how to build international, has questions on how to build international, specifically NFR, for some of the newer markets, that's going to be a training that you're going to want to plug into. And I won't spill the beans right now, but I will let you know that there are some pretty freaking awesome announcements that we're going to be launching on the 1st, okay, team-wide, that you all want to be a part of. So I know you're going to be freaking mind blown and excited to be a part of it. So go out there, kick some butt, and I look forward to celebrating with you guys. Have a rock strong November. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the snow.